In Ethiopia, so we have like my family, we have 6 brothers and 2 sisters, and my dad is imam, so we have a big family. And one day we surprised, we walked to school from home to school. It's like probably half an hour, and then they surprised us. The military, they came with the van, just shot in the air, and all kids run around and fully scared. I was just standing in the freeze. And a friend of mine, kids ran away, and the military just shot them. And I see so many blood, and I see crying, and I just froze. And then put them in the van, and then they drove by.
Wow.
Yeah.
And for how many years were you captured as a child soldier?
Yeah, I was 2 years in the military. We were in the front. It's like there is no break. Just training, in probably like 3 months training, how to shoot, how to survive. And we put us in the front.
And this is during the height of the Ethiopian Civil War. This statement just gripped me in your book. It says, you were told, if you don't shoot your gun at the enemy, we will kill you.
Yep.
So every single day as a 12-year-old, you are fearful of your own life, that they will turn the gun on you.
Yeah, it was behind us. We're in the front. We have to shoot if we don't.
Yeah.
And then they're going to shoot us. So we have to just survive but just like we go in a day without having prepared meals, without changing your socks, and we're walking in miles. And
you were able to flee with a friend after, as you said, 2 years.
we went to Djibouti, and they have a business people. They walk from Bure and to Djibouti, and we asked them, can we go with them? And then we trade our gun to go with them to Djibouti. And we stayed in Djibouti, and we stowed away. The first stowaway was 5 young boys, and the captain, he go from Djibouti to Israel. And then Israel, they didn't take us any refugees, so they go next destination, he go to Japan, and captain just throw us in the water. It was 5 of us, and 2 of us, we survived. And then the second stowaway, and then I came back to Canada, Montreal.
Right.
Yeah.
And so tell me about struggling with alcohol and trying to drown all of those memories that you had.
As in Montreal, I meet a woman, we get married, and then I have a daughter. Her name is Bethlehem. So I was drinking a lot, but I didn't see that much because I can't sleep. It's only I can sleep by drinking and using drugs. That's for my medicine, because if I don't drink, I go back to in the war. I go back to this nightmares. So for me, I found to hide my past by out drinking a lot.
Hide your pain as well. You eventually moved to the States, where you joined a gang.
Yeah.
Tell me about
I left Montreal when my daughter, she's 3 years old. I can't be a good father, I can't be a good husband because drinking too much, and we have a restaurant even. I just left her notice like, why I can't do this. I can't do that to you guys because for my daughter's safe and to her. So I left a note and I moved back to Portland, Oregon. I stayed at 10 years in Portland, Oregon. It's what I know, just in the street, and next day I know become gang members, meet all different people. It's just that, and then we got a lot of cocaine and drugs and gun, and just 10 years, and just living in Portland, Oregon is a nightmare. In and out of jail and so many things. I got shot twice, and it just.
You also lost friends as well.
I lost a lot of friends. I have 2 of the best friends in Portland, Oregon, and they overdose. We're just sitting and just drinking and using drug and die overdose. I lost 2 friends. So.
You say that your drug of choice became cocaine.
Yeah.
And one day, I think what you would say was your bottom. You hit bottom. You were in a trailer infested with rats.
Yep.
Tell us this story.
So I want to escape from gang members. So my passport is expired. So I have to wait for my passport, and my cousin, a friend's friend, has a trailer. So that I have to sleep in that trailer for a while. And in that trailer, there was a lot of rats. And nighttime, I go out and some hustling, bringing some drug, and just until I get that passport, come back. And then after I got my Canadian passport, and then and take a bus and came back to Vancouver.
So you're in this trailer, mice are crawling all over you.
Yeah.
you're strung out on drugs, and finally you get your passport to come back to Canada, and you land in the downtown east side of Vancouver, which is not the best place for a crack addict to land.
No, I was surprised when I get there. It's like everybody smoke outside. In
Yeah.
Portland, Oregon, we don't do that. We're just hiding. And then and Portland, Oregon, I mean, Vancouver, I don't have anybody. I don't know anyone. I just get at Graham, and then they have a main and terminal. They have under the bridge. I start sleeping under the bridge for a while. It's almost a year I sleep in there.
Under the bridge for almost a year, you're sleeping under the bridge.
Yeah,
And so then you find this program at Union Gospel Mission.
Yeah.
And as you said, you had been raised a Muslim. Your father was an imam. But something that they said about Jesus really tugged at your heart.
Yeah.
What was it about that changed your life?
So, and one guy, he told me about Union Gospel Mission because they were hungry. It's like winter time. It's like, hey, let's go to Union Gospel Mission. They have nice hot meal and food is good. It's like, okay, I walked there. And then the people was nice. And before we go to eat, we have like 20 minutes to have a preaching. The pastor is coming, preaching, and pray for the food. And then I was like, okay, this. After even I finished eating, is a lot of outreach workers come to me. It's like, hey, if you have any drug and alcohol, if you have any problem, we have a program here. So I hear that a lot, but I didn't sink in. I didn't think about that. But I heard a lot about Jesus and finally, one day I was in a SRO hotel and with this woman, we were at a party for 3 days. And she went to go back to the bathroom and then she didn't come back. It's like an hour. So when I go, I hear there's a lot of people in the hotel. When I go out, she's overdosed. She can't make it in my door. And then I just run. I run to UGM. That's why I know because I've been eating. I go, and then I say, I'm not going that bridge anymore. I'm going to stay in UGM in the shelter. So I stay for a while. And Christmas Day I was crying to God. I said, like, God, I hear enough. I need Jesus. I need him in my life.
And so you find Jesus, but then another addiction starts to pop up, and that's an addiction to pornography.
Yeah, I finished the program, the 4 months of program, and when I was in the UGM, I didn't deal with the pornographer. So I just did it for drug and alcohol, and my counselor is very nice. He just take me to childhood and just pray a lot of, and when I was at UGM, there's a lot of support and praying and talking. And finally, when I moved back from UGM, I have my own small room, and that's why I start from pornographers. I have my own room, nobody see me, and then I have my computer. It's just like it's starting. And I know I have 1 year clean and sober, but I have to go to church and baptize and everything. But that addiction is just struck me there.
Yeah.
Struck me there. It's like I have a lot of shame when I go to church the next day because I step all night and to watch that 30 and then I feel like it's so shame. And then finally I was crying to God in my room. I said, God, I need help. I know I didn't give you this addiction. You delivered me from drug and alcohol, but I hold on because I love this. So I was crying to God and fall asleep. And I wake up 3 o'clock in the morning, my computer is still there. And then I was look outside and it was second floor where I live. I pick up the old computer and just throw them in the window.
Wow.
I have nobody there is there, and just finally I go clean up the area, clean up my house. It's no more. And then I would start talking to people in the programs like, this is like all a man we like to hiding in this addiction. So you don't need to be hiding. By opening myself, is a lot of people, they come to me and asking me a question. I think people help a lot by my testimony.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the enemy wants us to keep that shame inside, but you learned that by letting it out, by telling your counselor, by telling your pastor, you were set free.
Yeah.
Now you're a pastor, you are married, you have a beautiful little boy named Adam. Tell us about life now for you, Jemal.
Life is, because when I was going to Broadway Church, I meet my wife in Bible study. And then, it just been, my life is very, with God is so amazing. I can't explain. It is sometimes I don't sleep and I'm struggling. But I have that hope, God is only. I wake up in the morning, first in the morning, go on my knees, I say, thank you, God. God, yes, I lost everything, even my daughter. I didn't see her for 17 years. And that's, that's all the shaming behind. And God, He just gave me free, and He gave me a new life. He's given me the second chance to be married and then have Adam. Now, I used to be a lot of like in my past and beating myself, and now God, He delivered me. He set me free. I'm a new creation. So I'm a new person. So I want to be better for my son.
So from a child soldier to a drug dealer to a gang member to, you know, addictions to sex and pornography to now a pastor and living free in Jesus, what would you say to somebody watching that might be going through a really hard time and feels like there is no hope?
You see, for me, by telling my story, I want to give people for hope.
Yeah.
Because it is a way out. It's only Jesus. You know, for me, it's the first one at that Christmas time, I was crying to God for my life. I said, God, I need you. You know, I was carrying that heavy load and back in so many years, and finally, Jesus, He set me free. I was living in the darkness. Yes, it is hard, an addiction without God, without Jesus. But with Jesus, it's not going to be hard. It's going to be easy. It's going to be like wonderful. We have a hope in Jesus and walking beside me. Yes, sometimes I have hard time to sleep, but I'm not focusing that. I'm focusing ahead. I know where I'm going.